guys, do you have any tendencies that you feel that hinder your financial goals? So today I am going to be sharing about things, or rather habits, that you can avoid in order for you to be able to reach the level of financial freedom that you desire. So the first thing that I'm going to share that I feel like it has impacted negatively on me, or rather positively depending on the angle, is basically giving my money first before doing anything else, right? So I have found myself in the past to be someone who just calculates everything using my head. I will not write down anything. I'll just estimate to say, oh, I have to pay this so and so, I have this expense, and I would not write down. And as a result, the money that will be left over in my account usually would go unaccounted for, and I'll always find myself dragging in the same dates, or even rather creating debts and expenses for myself that are unnecessary, right? So in doing this, I've since started using the mechanism of basically paying myself first, meaning that each and every time before I get my income, before doing anything else, I design a specific percentage for myself that I give myself every month to say this goes towards my savings and it goes towards my investment. And I've also come to realize that it doesn't have to be an amount that is huge. It just has to be an amount that you are comfortable with, an amount that you can afford, an amount that would still allow you to be able to pay up all your monthly expenses, right? So it shouldn't be money that will land you into more debt. So I've since started doing this, and I've found myself being able to account for each and every rand or cent that is in my account. As a result, no money goes to waste. I don't find myself asking myself, what did I do with my money? So if you can just try and adopt this, you will feel so much better financially. And the second thing, you guys, that I've come to learn rather the hard way is the concept of living within your means, right? As young people, we find ourselves being in circles that usually would require us to always pop up money, circles that will always require us to go out for lunch, go out for extracurricular activities. And we also have social media. Number two. So on social media, most of the time, is social media platforms such as Instagram. They're full of people that we don't know, people that we've never met. It's just people that we are interested in their lives and we just want to follow. And as a result, we tend to forget ourselves, right, and try to keep up with trends. So for me, I have developed a principle of just basically avoiding those. So if you can to try to avoid those, try to live within your means. Like, one thing that you should know is that people who post things on social media, there's usually more to it than the eye gaze, right? So some people that are posting the things that they post on social media are usually people that are either they are successful in life, they are rich, or you may not know that a person maybe had to go and had to be on debt just so that they can be able to keep up with trends. And also basically, yeah, some people can basically afford it. So before you follow trends, before you accept lunch dates with your friends and your family and everything, check your affordability check first, just to see that can you afford this. And if you cannot afford it, and if it passes your monthly limit that you have budgeted for entertainment, rather just tell your friends no next time, or whatever. Number three is just basically to fight financial generational curses of financial debt, right? Some of us come in societies where debt is normalized, where if you hit a certain age and you are earning a certain amount of money, you're expected to have a car loan, a house loan, credit cards, clothing accounts, right? And it's something that has been so normalized that we think that just because you have a pay slip, then you have to go into debt. And then some of us find ourselves even creating debt that we do not necessarily need in our lives, that will eventually catch up with us in the future. So if you can, just try to make sure that once you get your paycheck, you don't incur debt that you do not necessarily need. And most of all, try to avoid creating expenses when you have existing expenses. For example, having taking a clothing account whilst you have a loan, a loan account that you're still paying. So try to focus on one thing at a time, because one thing that I've come to learn with my experiences is that having a lot of expenses, a lot of debt is a no. There used to be a time in my life where I used to have like 3 clothing accounts, and it was really, really, really not necessary, guys, for me to be having three clothing accounts, which I was paying over 2,000 rand a month for. It was not necessary. So I did learn that the hard way, and as we speak, in my budget, in my spreadsheet, I have an extra 2,000 rand every month that if ever that I'm currently focusing into investing, like on easy equity shares, and just basically adding more on my emergency account. So try to avoid that as much as possible. It's better, someone once said that it's better for you to have money than no money at all, right? It's better for you to at least have money than not debt. It's better for you to have money, try to create more money using that money besides debt. So for me, guys, the lesson that I've learned in my life is that we shouldn't take finances for granted. In as much as we are young and we are still growing, we are still going to learn from my mistakes. I'm still learning from my mistakes as I grow. But basically, one thing that I know from the back of my mind is that I should not incur unnecessary debt or find myself in situations where I'm unable to breathe because I've put myself in certain situations. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you so much.